revolution will not be televised. The revolution is now.
It's Black C. We pushing the Bay TV, baby. Yeah.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Pushing the Bay TV. Major OG alert. The #1 person that's responsible for putting a group in the Bay Area in the legendary Hip Hop Hall of Fame. RBL Posse. What's up, Black C?
What's up with him? What's up? RBL in the house, Black Caesar.
We were talking outside, and one thing I mentioned was no one ever asked you a question about how everything started. The OG shit, the stuff that you guys did that no one even knows about, or even some people don't respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What year was RBL assembled, and who came up with the name?
Well, when we first started, it was basically I was working on a solo thing. RBL actually was just gonna be my project.
Really?
Yeah, and basically I met Mr. C through T-Lo, who Hearn from Black Power Production put out. T-Lo actually brought Mr. C in, but I actually had Don't Give Me No Bammer joint. We don't smoke that shit in Hunters Point. You know what I mean? People never really heard that. A lot of people from Hunters Point know about that track. So, you know, I had that. I had Rolling Through the Turks of HP. Can't Say a Nigga Gay from the East, from the West Bay. I had a few hits like that I was like pushing around. And, you know, I tried to pull T-Lo in. People didn't know that T-Lo actually was probably going to be a member of RBL.
Really?
And T-Lo, me and him.
You and him?
Yeah, it was going to be me and him. You know, basically he got the, you know, shaking on coming to the studio and, you know, stuff like that. So he was like, Black man, you know, I'm kind of lazy with it. I got this dude, you know, I mess with it, this dude's sister, you know what I mean? And, man, her brother tight, man. You know, he go by the name Mr. C. You know, I'm going to bring him up here, you know what I mean? And see what you could do with him. You know, I was like, all right, bring him through. And he came through and made his first song, the Hit Squad New Jack. And I was like, you know, I ended up meeting TC, who kind of like, was it like the Dr. Dre at Hunters Point. He like kind of did all the mixes. He kind of like did everybody projects. He was like the man to go to. So I was on my way to go see TC through who I met through Budweiser, another rapper that came out back in the days. Basically, me and Mr. C end up hooking up, going down at CTC. We end up switching Bammer joint to Bammer weed. We don't smoke it in the SFC just to try to pull in all the turfs, you know, because there was a lot of gang banging going on back then. I lost my eye back then, you know, through the Hunters Point, Sunnydale, Fillmore, you know, because at one time we wasn't cool with Fortes, and, you know, Forte actually we was always cool with, but he from Fillmore, but he always had that, you know, his moms and them stayed over there in Hunters Point, but JT and all them like type cats, we wasn't really cool at the time, you know what I mean? So that all came together through that album, like, you know what I mean? So that RBL album brought pretty much Frisco together. You know, you had dudes like LC and them from Sunnydale, the Creeper and all them Bill, you know, Butt Naked Records, they all start coming through. We all start doing shows together down at the Stone on Broadway, and they pretty much kicked it off, you know. So that's pretty much how we came together. It was basically T-Lo. He gave us the name because we was going by the Hit Squad, you know. That's what we was calling it. See, the new song was the Hit Squad New Jack. But then EPMD and them had Hit Squad, so, you know, we ended up switching around. So he was like, man, y'all Ruthless By Law, man, and that just stuck with it. We ended up getting in there, and it sounded too long, so we shortened the name up to RBL, you know, RBL Posse. You know what I mean?
You know, so you spoke of A Lesson to Be Learned, classic album, not only for the Bay, but for California, the whole West Coast. And
can I say something? I ain't even trying to. Man, that was the biggest independent record out the Bay, outside of Seabolt from Sac.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got down like that independently.
Exactly.
Everybody, not just in California, all across the country, man.
Yeah,
Real big.
Real talk, Red Love.
I bought the shit about 5 times.
Yeah.
I bought it 3 times, actually. But
Man, that's for the song. That's for the song, for real.
yeah, and I had no idea it was all self-produced, man. Like all in-house. And
I did all of it. You know, a lot of people thought TC produced it, but TC did his thing on the mixes. You know what I mean? As far as combining them samples that I was picking out. You know what I mean? Like,
you produced it?
I did everything. All the beats, every beat except G's by the 1, 2, 3s. TC did that one. The one featuring Totally Insane. You know, and TC was just mesmerized when I got down there. He was just like, Black, man, you got heat, man. You got, I mean, I did Ruthless By Law, damn near produced all that, you know, so, you know, I got another classic, you know, with Bluebird and Bouncers. We had a few producers on there, you know, Selsky, he produced like one on there, and Enhancer, he did, you know, like one on there, but besides that, it's always been me producing Solo Creep, in 08, you know, the whole nine, you know, Hitman, the whole nine.
I don't think a lot of people out there know how successful, I mean money-wise, financially, because you guys hit the Billboard, you know what I'm saying? It was reaching the Billboard charts. I had to look this up and shit, and I didn't even know. Exactly. I mean, this really made history, not only in the streets, but also financially. It put people on, opened up doors. Can you just speak on how you guys kind of opened up for the rest of the band? Because at that time, it wasn't that much success, especially as a group.
Right, really what we did was we kind of just was having fun with it, and I just saw it as far as like, you know, we can really kind of like grow off this, just kind of like selling it out the trunk. So we kind of like just kind of went behind E40 and all them who was kind of like in front of us, you know what I mean? Did what they was doing, went pressed up 1,000 CDs, went out there, dumped them $5, you know, made 1,000 CDs. We actually had, you know, at the time we was going to Music Annex over there in Hayward. They actually, you know, give you an overpress or underpress. They actually overpressed about 200. So we got about 12. So we gave away 200.
How fast
by the end, man? By the end of the week, man, we had Jason Blaine calling us in a minute, like, man, you know, I got people asking about that. I mean, what's up? Can I buy some? We like, how many you want? We're like, I need 5,000 units, and he bought them straight up. And on that second order, he was like, man, you know, instead of me just buying them like this, you know, let me just go and just press them up myself and pay y'all for them, give y'all 10,000 up front. You know, we took like a little shitty 10,000, which we never should have did. You know what I mean? I could have kept it going like I was doing it. But, you know, at the time, I was just like, man, so happy just to have somebody who wanted to give me anything for it. Because I was just having fun with it. It was just something that I was just doing. You know, I wasn't really a rapper anyway at the excuse me, at the time. I was kind of like the beat man. You know what I mean? I was a beat man that formed into a rapper. You know what I mean?
You were everything.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I mean? I was really the producer though. You know what I mean? I really was a producer, but you know, like I said, I was behind T-Lo and them. And behind them, you know, kind of like, if we go back even further, it was like a year before Mr. C. It was like my brother Bebe, you know, who like my hype man now. Him and T-Lo was like the main rappers in Budweiser. I was in the studio, you know, just buying equipment and pretty much trying to be a DJ and trying to do beats, you know what I mean? Just basically from the block trying to do beats. You feel me?
That's crazy, man. Pushing the Bay exclusive. But I read in '96 that Atlantic Records was about to sign RBL as a group, and this is from Wikipedia. I don't know how serious that is, but then Mr. C passed before the album could be delivered, is the quote, is what they said. How true is that, and can you bring us back to that time period, to however you feel comfortable?
No, right after we was in the making of doing a nice little chunky deal with Atlantic. I mean, we had something fat on the table, and we actually still did the deal, but we had to renegotiate it since Mr. C was gone. They was like still like, oh no, now we taking a chance. You know, one of the members gone. People might not accept it the same way, so we just chopped the numbers a little bit. But I still came out with a nice, lovely deal, and we ended up, you know, signing with them for like 3 hours, but actually only did one. You know, because it was like, you know, that creative, you know, differences where they want us to kind of like, man, y'all should do this song like Body like Master P, and you know, try to get us to the big round table, which I didn't, you know, I thought it was just TV, you know what I mean? But it really happened. They get you in that big room with the monitors on, playing other people's videos, and you know, they sitting down like, man, what y'all think about like this song like Master P, and you know, they got to bring it up Body, and I'm like, you know, and I know Master P, and you know, and I'm like, yeah, you know, that's my dude, no 9, but it's like, you know, I'm kind of like, what, you know, come on, man, I ain't, you know, that ain't even me right now.
Would you guys sign to, you and Ray Love were both signed on Atlantic?
Yeah, I was on the line. Yeah, well, I think he was before us. They was before us. No, him and Kyrie and them was on there already first, and then we came signed on in '97. You know what I mean? So basically, we did the deal, dropped the iPhone 9. It had Richie. Really, we did the video How We Coming with Big Lurch and Mystical and stuff. So yeah, that dropped on Atlantic, and pretty much, man.
Mentally though, losing your homeboy, And Ray has told me like 2 hours of stories, like about how, like, dude, T, you don't even understand the importance of this dude, or even you gotta know your history, T. And he's kind of trying to teach me. What would you say that the game lost once he passed?